And we are back on Smells Like 90s Rock. DJ Poor has arrived.
I have arrived.
He is here tonight.
Took me long enough.
You had to take a coworker home? Is that
Yes, I did.
went down there? Oh, that's all right.
And I also spent a lot of time cleaning before I left.
Well, it was graduation day, of course, or one of the graduation. One of them. We're
There's
just getting
another
started.
one tomorrow.
We're just getting started, people.
Well, no, I think we're pretty much on the tail end. Like, tomorrow's the last big day.
This is it,
and it's going to hurt.
It is. Once again, congratulations to all of our graduates this year, including
to
Rachel. Rachel, once again, congratulations to you. Let's give
Shout out.
A round of applause, of course.
Good job, Rachel.
And welcome to the real world. It sucks ass, so enjoy.
Not if you let it. Not if you let it.
Well, I mean, I don't let it either, and it still does.
From what Sheila said, she sounds like she's going to have a nice, happy early 20s, so...
Rachel is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good.
She got a nice job.
Oh, well, good for her. Yeah.
She doesn't have to live in poverty like me and you.
No, exactly. So...
She just gets to live in maybe lower middle class.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, well, middle class, probably. Anyway.
Yeah, so good.
Congrats again.
Yeah, so good for them. But yeah, we're back here. We're doing our thing. I hope you enjoyed the sketches there from a little earlier. All credit goes to one of my favorite TV shows from the 90s, The Critic. That's where all that stuff was
Critic?
from.
I've never heard of The Critic.
It starred John Lovitz. He did the voice of a critic named Jay Sherman, and it's a really fun. It was only on for like a couple seasons, but it was a very funny cartoon series made by the people who did The Simpsons.
Matt Groening?
Not him, but some of the other
producers. Is that how you pronounce his name, though?
Matt Groening, yes.
Okay.
But some of his other producers, as well as James L. Brooks, who did some popular things in the 70s and 80s. But they did that show, and it's hilarious. So all those sound clips, all those movie clips, those fake movie clips that are not real, of course, I got from the Critic. And I thought it worked pretty well because they were stupid remakes or stupid sequels, most of them stupid sequels and remakes from movies from the 90s. So I thought, why not? There you go.
You can get John Lovitz to follow you on Twitter.
I'm working.
Better
on
yet,
that,
Matt Groening. He probably has much more gravity than John Lovitz. No offense to John Lovitz.
No, but I know. But no offense to Matt Groening, I like John Lovitz more than I do Matt Groening. So go figure there. So
Maybe you'll get them both.
I don't know.
John Lovitz, Matt Groening. Follow Hot Toddy on Twitter.
Exactly. I've been telling Poor. Not only did Chris Barron, the lead singer of Spin Doctors, follow me this week, but the host of a show called Barmageddon on True TV.
It's just about competing bars.
It's about competing bars. Follow me on Twitter. I've heard of that show. I've never watched it. Never watched it. Sorry, but yeah.
You just got an unfollow.
I did. Oh, look at that. One down. No, but yeah, he started.
You got to watch it at least. I'm
gonna have to watch it now.
As compensation for his
I'm
life.
gonna have to watch it now. Yeah.
At least one time.
At least one time. But
you have to do a report on it. It's due next week.
I will not be doing that. I refuse. I'm not getting graded on this anymore. On that type of stuff, I refuse.
Oh, come on. It sounds like a fun assignment.
I graduated 3 years ago, and...
sounds like a fun assignment. I know. No, I was there with you.
You were.
I said F yeah out loud for a lot of people to hear, actually, when you got your diploma.
There you go. And that was pretty awesome. I
don't think you heard me, though.
I don't know. There was too much going on. I will say this, though. I will not write a report, I tell you, but I am starting something come this June. I'm going to promote it here on the show because everybody on the show is going to have a part in this.
Okay.
It's going to have their hands somewhere in this mix. I'm starting a podcast.
You're starting a podcast.
My own podcast, and I came up with the name. Originally, I was just going to call it Toddcast. I thought because that was clever, but I'm pretty sure somebody else is using that. So
I could see it.
So yeah, we're calling it. I tried to find.
Hot Toddycast.
Well, I was going to call it Hot Toddycast, and I thought, well, that doesn't make sense. So I threw in an adjective, took out the Y, and calling it the Smokin' Hot Toddcast. So be on the lookout for that come this June. Everybody's going to have a hand in it. We're all going to doing little things. Talking.
I don't know. It's
about
kind of misleading.
things.
None of us have sex appeal, Todd.
No, we don't. Exactly. But that's the well. See, I don't have sex appeal, and my name is Hot Toddy. That's the humor in that, and that's what the humor of this podcast is because there's no barbecue, and I'm not hot, so I'm not smoking or hot any of that. So it all comes together in one little big ball of humor. You see,
one little milieu.
There you go.
Milieu of funny, kind of.
A little lieu of funny, that's right. But it's gonna cover just basic topics, things going on in the world, movies, TV, and then some of these sketches that we do here on the show is gonna go over there, and the Ollie Report is being transferred to the Smoking Hot Toddcast. So
why didn't we send Ollie to Ferguson when we had the chance? That would have been some groundbreaking journalism.
Probably could still send it in Baltimore, and right now
you probably could.
Still get enough out of it.
Honestly, haven't heard any updates on that situation.
I'm not. I think
anything.
It's calmed down a little bit down there.
Calm down. Yes. Although the police officers have been charged in the murder of Freddie Gray, so as they should.
As well they should. In this particular incident, they should. Yes, I agree. But
severed his spine 80% when they found him. I mean, come on.
I do agree with the charges here, but I also do agree with the outcome of the Ferguson situation where he got off because he didn't. The evidence was clear that
they just couldn't convict him. I mean,
exactly, he didn't do anything out of place. But now the cops here in Baltimore, it's 2 a.m. The police in Baltimore that did what they did, now they deserve.
Yeah, I think they've actually had a few. I think that's been fairly routine. I think they've had like 111 black men be killed in custody.
It's crazy out there,
within the last few years.
So many times we don't hear about it, and it does happen. But it needs to be understood. I think people have said this a million times that not, there are dirty cops out there, bad cops, but not every cop is bad. So please remember
I know you're biased because your cop is your cop. Your father is a highway patrolman.
I would be biased in either case because we don't always know the situation.
Very true.
So you have to be somewhat biased in it. I know that a lot of us want to say, well, no, they're out of control. Some of them are. There are some of them out there that do that kind of stupid crap and don't learn their lesson, and somebody else does it. But not all of them are bad. Not all of them do this kind of stuff. There
are good cops.
You have to understand.
I've met them. I've met good cops.
And
we need cops.
Guys don't become cops just so they can be asses. I mean, seriously. They become cops because they think they're going to make they're going to make a difference and serve a purpose. And in the end, they just end up getting naturally hated. It's just it's the way it is, the way it goes. But there are some who. I'm going to go out and be the next Superman. And then he goes out, does something stupid, and lands him in a situation like this. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on that. So, it's always be careful around police, but please understand that they're not all
I do always get very nervous
evil.
when I'm around police.
Exactly. They're not all pure evil. Some of them are very good. So just putting it out there. And yes, my dad is one of them. He doesn't actually work the road anymore. He actually is assigned to catch real criminals, drug lords that are all over the state and the country.
The one that was living in your apartment complex.
There was one. He tracked one down who was living 2 buildings away from me in my apartment complex. My dad calls me up after it's over and he said,
"Where do you live again?"
Yeah, exactly. Now, what's your address?
Todd.
What's your address? I said, it's that. And he said, I knew that sounded familiar. Yeah, I'm just leaving your complex. We tracked down a drug lord who lived here. I'm like, oh. Well, that's great. I'm glad you can say that with a smile. I'm now going to deadbolt my door. Thank you for that. But yeah,
they have to break down his door and go in with bulletproof vests and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean they knocked the door in, but and everything, but yeah, it wasn't. It was what it was very quiet. They have to do those very quietly because they can't.
Yeah, I think I actually. I think I forget who it was told me this story. He was going to school in Memphis at one time. He was living in sort of a poorer part of town, and he was living in an apartment building. And at like 10 o'clock in the morning on like a Saturday morning one time, he got a knock on his door, and he opened the door, and there's this policeman just putting his finger up to his lips and going shh, and they more or less herded everybody out of the building. And then when it was only the drug dealer left in the building, that's when they sort of made their move.
Right. I mean, this was so quiet. I mean, I didn't even know until he called me that they had done it. But yeah, these things happen. So there are some that are actually looking.
Did he at least come to see you, Todd?
Well, he couldn't. He had other things he had to do. But
he didn't come by like, hey, your mom wanted me to bring you some underwear and some cookies.
No.
Yeah, we're catching a drug dealer a few buildings away.
Yeah, didn't.
Love you, son.
Happened. That's right. But no, there's think about police officers like him who actually are making a difference and catching those who are. Actually doing wrong out there. So, whenever you think of a bad police, think there are guys out there really doing something. But at the same time, watch your ass because
watch out.
There's some idiots out
the
there.
Popo.
I've said ass a lot tonight. I don't know why.
It's all right.
Must be on a butt kick tonight.
Ass is covered.
It is
under the FCC
No,
guidelines.
that's great. Ass is covered.
Ass
It
is
is.
covered.
It is, and I'm sitting down. So
No
it's
pun
good.
intended.